All right. We should be live, but just as a heads up, I've seen a lot of issues today with YouTube live streaming, so that might go down at some point. I really have no idea. Hopefully it stays working. Ideally, it stays working. But just as a heads up, in case it drops, it's not my fault. That would be YouTube. It's been happening for like the last hour to a lot of people. So, with that out of the way, as you can tell, we're back playing. Now, the goal for today, I believe... Yo, what's up, Nugget? It's going really good. How are you? I think the goal for today is to actually set up everything we need for all of our Geores. Yo, what's up? Expedition. Panda. And Condition? Something like that? How's it going? I do think in order for us to like really set that up, we're going to want a little bit more space, unless I did it right here in the middle. But I'm leaning more towards actually getting more space first. Let's do this. Let's find all of our cobbles here, and I don't have these linked. So that's fine. Just give me like an inventory. Gotta have all those in my inventory. Backpack. We're gonna put all these in the backpack real quick. Pandushan, thank you. Good, thanks for asking. What are we up to today? Today we are most likely going to be fully automating Geores and going through just dire things simultaneously. Because they're gonna kind of work hand in hand. Try to be first, but missed it by a few seconds. Yo, what's up, Taupe? What's up, Cryptex? How's it going? How are y'all? I'm really enjoying the pack so far. It's been a lot of fun. All right, I gotta grab a chisel. That would be, actually, I think it's this chisel. It is. These are small cobblestone bricks. Flat laid. Small cobblestone bricks. Do the whole inventory, take that one out as well. Then we are going to get ourselves a stick. Grab this dude. So I want to play, but my internet got cut off till the 3rd, so I'm just waiting on Wi-Fi now. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Hey, John, good. Wish it was probably looking forward to a 3-day weekend. Yeah, it'll be nice for sure. Yeah, missing internet's rough. That's not fun at all. What? Dude, I didn't realize how many of these bricks I had. All right. That hopefully is enough space for at least a little bit. We will throw the rest of those back in here. Don't need that or this. Get rid of those two. Our hotspot costs money. That's fair. That's fair. Hotspots are expensive. All right, with that out of the way, we're going to start doing just dire things, I believe. After 2 other things, I want to make... How many of these do I have? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We're going to do 7 and 7. I need to create patterns for this and patterns for this. And then I need 14 of each of those. Those are the normal ones. You 14, okay. 14 each of these, that's what we're doing. Yo, what's up, Jonathan? How's it going? Even on single player, I thought you could still play with no internet. I don't know if it'll let you authenticate. I think that's the only problem. That would be it. Yo, I'm doing really good. How are you, Derpy Zombie? So I'm going to be doing 2 rows. I don't know if I really want to
put them in the ground though. I think what we're going to do is do them on top. But I can't do them like that. All right, so as many of you suggested, there was a setup. Not bad. Gone live, there's no PT. Where's PT? PT is asleep. It is very late his time, I believe, based on what he said in the past. I watched a video of Voss setting Geore's up. I think I'm going to set it up over here. And I really like the way he did it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And so we're going to do something similar, but trying to make it a little bit more organized in my style. Like so. That one. That one, and then I can break all these and break all those, and then I believe I just need power hooked up to those two. What's your opinion of the To the Sky so far? Honestly, it's been a lot of fun and I'm really enjoying it. I like the stuff they included. Some of the stuff they're nerfing I'm not huge fans of, but overall I've been enjoying it. Yeah, he is wild with his setup. He's pretty good. He's pretty smart. Did them with SFM, super smart. Yeah, he set them up with SFM. I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm just going to use like the normal power. Blues didn't require any power connection at all. And they still worked in my world. Nice. Emmy. Cables. I think we're going to use covered. Let's just grab some of the dense smart. And then we'll break these down into the normal smart cables and we'll use those. And then I think I'm just going to use, well, it doesn't need channels. It just needs power. So if I created like an energy acceptor, I think I could probably do everything I wanted to do without having any extra struggle here. So all of those should be hooked up. Put them straight on the ground, put my Geore on top of it. Nice. Which version do you have, John? I want to try something. I am version 1.1.2. They haven't released 1.2 yet. Energy. So, I'm going to create one of these, put it right there, and then I'm going to hook it up with a flux point like so. Hook it up to the network. Direction up. Well, can I not connect these direct in? Does it need like I assume it does need. I thought that worked as an energy acceptor as well. The server is 1.0.2. I'm pretty sure whatever the first version is, what the server is. I'm pretty sure. I just finished season 1 of your ATM 10 Let's Play and realized the rest of it is all live, so I can't watch it. Oh, that's unfortunate. So season 1, actually, I never ended up finishing because the pack wasn't at a developed enough stage where I could. Yo, what's up, Alex? How's it going? Would the video you made of the in-game autocrafter also do like circuits and whatnot from the inscriber? No, it wouldn't. Those are processing patterns and they have to be in a pattern provider hooked up to whatever the machine is that you need to do it with. To do processors, I would recommend setting up something like this, where like you have a pattern provider next to your crystal assemblers, your reaction chambers, and your circuit slicers. It works incredibly quickly. It's pretty efficient. All right, so I do need an energy acceptor as a buffer. I want to try like 30 stuff from household now because people having issues scaling it up. We can. I'm not quite at that point, and I don't know if I'm going to focus on that necessarily today. Work directly off power. No need for AE cables. Right, but the AE cables will run the power, and then I won't have to like actually plug each one of them in. Dragonster King HD, what's up? I'm doing good. How are you? I just want Twilight Force to be completed. When, yeah, I doubt that will ever happen. Energy acceptor. Perfect. Place that down, plug that in, and I believe they're all online and running now. So theoretically, I really did this too close, didn't I? Maybe. I also will need to get an Endercrafter up. And then like we talked about earlier, I am going to need to work through just dire things. But the growth on this is basically instant, which is what you want. All right, that one, these, and then I just need one of those because I'm going to craft with the other one. All right, so now everything but the Uranite one is good to go. As far as growth acceleration, we should have to work on the harvesting. I have it all saved to list down what's done with the final piece of quantum computer. That's awesome. There's a lot of mods that need to be ported to 1.21, as well, but the mod authors either quit or not allowing others to port. That's interesting. Since you are powering them with AE, might as well have run a subnet with the Annihilation Planes. I could do the Annihilation Planes. That's still an option. I just don't know. I feel like the just dire things. What I really want to do is I want to work through all of them outside of the storage system and then just export in the resources once they're already taken care of. So if I set up a clicker with a pickaxe in it that will break all of the fully grown pieces, or a breaker, and then we export all of those things into some sort of a chest and then into a furnace, and then from there into the ME system, I think we'll be in a much better spot. Yeah, and you can do fortune with just, well, you can enchant the Annihilation Planes too. You ever gonna do another normal series on ITM 10? Maybe, possibly. There's a decent chance I do, but it may be like a community playthrough. We'll see. More fun, and you can teleport and auto smelt. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You can automatically put it into whatever I want to. And then if I really wanted to, auto smelt it as well. New good, just finished up with crazy videos yet. I value underestimated everyone should take. There's a lot of automation in ATM 10. Yeah, for real. For real. The Annihilation Planes are better in the end. In what way? Modular routers do also work. That is also a solid option. What's up, Dead Soul? How's it going? I just like the just dire things route, again, because it keeps anything from being put into the environment. We're going to need a huge, massive base. The dragons from Ice and Lightning are huge. Hey, I'm down to make a huge base. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Like I said, I have a clear weekend, so I may be playing quite a bit. Okay, so let's start just dire things real quick. So we're going to make the first goo. Actually, we can make the second goo from it. The third one we already got all the stuff for, and the last one we do as well. Okay, so we've already got our Shadow Pulse goo, which means we can start setting up some of, I need to move it up a block. That's what I was looking for. And then we'll break that. That's going to need to be refed with some stuff. But for now, let's set up some patterns just so I can know what I'm going to actually need. I know I'm going to need this, for which I'm going to also need some of this. Raleigh Eclipse alloy. And then that. Netherite on the Shadow Pulse. So we can do that pretty easily. I do the Celeste Gem, I know is diamond. How about the Advanced Block Breaker? Advanced Sensor, Clicker, Block breaker. The block breaker is the one I need, right? Or is it the clicker? I'm pretty sure it's a block breaker. 90% sure. All right. So I need ferrocore for sure. I don't actually need this as a pattern at all, I don't think. The only time I'm going to need that as a pattern is if I get the Just Hire Things Bees block breaker. And you'll want to, yeah, I do need two, you're right. Because I'm doing 2 sets of 7 here. Because I'm going to have to filter out for all of the biggest size. Not for me. Okay, so with those thrown in, how many of each am I going to need? If I want 2 of those, I need observers I got to make, but ferrocore and celestium, that's going to be really easy. This one, that one, make another pattern real quick. All right, let's grab, we're going to grab a bunch of iron blocks. I don't really need that as a pattern though. In fact, I'm pretty sure I already have that as a pattern. We're gonna grab iron blocks. I need diamond blocks. And I need netherite. Netherite ingots are gonna be these. Make a whole bunch of them real quick. Netherite blocks. And then I think it's skulk, right? Yeah, that's what I need to recharge this thing. I think the only downside here is going to be that I don't have a way to tick accelerate this
Annihilation
currently.
planned subnet with a storage bus on furnace partition to the Geore shards furnace auto output to mainnet.
Yes, that does work. That is a decent way to do it. But I think I'm going to try the Just Hire Things way. That's what my plan is. Plus, it gives me an excuse to start getting some of this set up now. I think I'm going to run through 2 sets of each of these. And hopefully that gives me a decent amount of all of the resources I'm going to eventually need. We'll see. Why deal with a furnace when you can auto smelt with Just Hire Things? I agree. You can auto smelt and all kinds of other stuff. Not every, what doesn't auto smelt? Well, there's some things you don't need. Well, what? Engine recharge needs to be combined first, but that's not difficult. And we can combine those the same way we're combining everything in here. Because I'm planning on sending it all to a chest next to a furnace anyway, so we can basically set up this exact same thing here with a compacting upgrade and we're good to go. Auto smelt is good for those who don't smelt and it just teleports straight there. Anything does not auto smelt just gets teleported to the chest and is sorted. Yep, exactly. Auto smelt with the pickaxe, you still have to handle items that don't auto smelt. Yeah, but from the chest, it's not difficult. I think that's the point they're trying to make. All right, that's 2 of those. Let's do netherite next. Ooh. I was kind of wondering if it was going to make me recharge the center thing first, but it doesn't look like it did. Did it do a mega killing chamber like you did in your tutorial because I need a ton of XP? Hey, it's worth it. Oh, I do have time in a bottle. I totally forgot that I had that, and I even have it on me. But I got a pretty decent amount of time stored in there too. I will say I am on the last one here. So I think we're just going to let this one do its thing. Because I don't want to waste time on something that like we're basically already done with. It's not going to really accelerate that much. Family time. We'll catch the VOD when and if you post it. Sounds good. Hey, they're all on YouTube if you ever want to catch any of the VODs that you missed. Most people ignore how fast you can rush the root staff in ATM 10. Don't know about this guy, and the root staff is easily a 5x accelerate. Yes, it is. That's a very good point. Unfortunately, roots is not into the sky, but it's still a very good point. So we got the Celeste gems, we've got the raw ferrocore and the Eclipse alloy. Let's run those through a furnace real quick. Put all those in there. Then let's look at getting ourselves 2 block breakers. 2 of those, start them up. We're going to take them down here and we are going to place them right there and right there, and then render areas. We're going to go stay in line here. Did I go up one? Oh, that's going back. Okay. So that's going to be for the center. That's the correct line. Going back that way. Is that the center one? Perfect. So from there, that should be correct. I just have to go up one more. Beautiful. And then I got to do the same thing here. So that's 720. 720. And then that. And I'll need to go one further. Perfect. All right. That's what we want for those. Turn off the render area. Cog block timer set to 2, make it go nuts. Yeah, exactly. I wonder if the cog block tick accelerates the goo like it does with Dreadful Dirt and Snet. I don't know if it does. Just because those ones sort of like reset based off of like the redstone signal. What if they grow in the... They don't. I'm pretty sure they just grow straight up and down. Tell me if I'm wrong. Don't forget to drop the tick. Oh, yeah, that's actually a great point. Drop that all the way down. So I need 2 pickaxes. They need the teleport and the auto smelt. Just dire things. How do we keep the... Do they stay charged in the machine? Surely, right? 2 pickaxes. So I need... Would Instant Break help with this? I can't do the time crystal anyway. Yes, the machine charges the pickaxe. Perfect. Okay. Teleport, teleport, teleport. I don't remember what any of these things are. Instant Break won't make a difference. Good. Drops teleport. That's what I want. Make some of these real quick. At least 4. Or make 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. 2 teleports. 1, 2. And then... I don't think I want an auto smelt upgrade yet. Drop teleport and smelter what you need. So we could, yeah, let's just do the smelt one. You can decoy night vision and blah, 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 blah. What is the smelt one called? And why don't I stat one? That's it. That's it right there. Blast furnaces. Let's do this. Let's make... Well, hello there. Bye-bye. I'm gonna make a pattern for it. I don't want to mess around with it. Smelter. Pattern. Code that as a pattern. We'll throw these in here. And then... Smelter. I want to... Did I not make this? I did. Okay. 2 of those. Start them. 1, 2. Beautiful. Eclipse alloy pickaxe.
Core Minecraft says,
Go ahead.
don't you need the shards for vibranium?
Don't I need the shards for vibranium? For what? I might be missing something there, but I'm not sure what I need those for. Like eventually, yes, absolutely. How do I don't remember how to put these upgrades on here. Anybody got any helpful tips? Smithing table, that's right. It's like, why the heck won't it go on? Smithing table? There it is. That one. That one. The smelter. How do I set where they teleport to?
Nugget Ames says, to use the upgrades it's in a smithing table.
Oh yeah, eventually, in order to get to netherite, I do. Yeah, for sure. But, vibranium will require several of these shards. But for now, at least, I'm not too worried about them being auto-smelted for most of the resources. Shift right-click to set the teleport location. Beautiful. Well, in that case, let's get ourselves a decent furnace. Furnace. No, we don't need a furnace because we're auto-smelting it all. So I guess I just put it in a chest somewhere, right? What if I just told it all to go to here? I think, honestly, that we'll see. This might work, low-key. I probably should have made a way to turn this off first, but coal isn't getting smelted. Okay, it's also not being affected by the auto compacting upgrade. I'm not too worried about them because I can just like literally do this and then auto compress them, but there, everything else is being automatically created though. So that's a plus. Let's do this. Let me grab 2 levers real quick. We'll just set it to redstone activated. And then from there, do I need to set up auto crafting for the coal shards? Because I hear what y'all are saying. I'm pretty sure I could set it up to auto compress. Ignored low. Perfect. Okay. The ancient shards need a 2x2 compacting first.
Lex Unam says, do anyone knows what's the best fuel source for an extreme reactor?
I have no clue. Don't you need to put the shard in to allow it to auto compress in the area? No, because it's pretty much just doing anything, I'm pretty sure. The compress. Oh, that's right. It's just compressing chunks. So if I put a shard in.
Effect Ray Chef says, filter the breakers to break only the fully grown crystals.
Oh, I do actually really need to do that as well. That's a great point. Can I do that? Geore shards? So what goes first? That. I need to turn tooltips on. F3H, go back into here. Geore shards. Okay. So that's what we want to do. Add Geore. Mess that up again. Geore underscore shards. Wow, that's wrong. Geore shards. Okay, submit. So it's going to be leaving the shards in here now. Then, what do we have here? Quartz, osmium, copper. I'm not going to do too many of these at once or I won't remember them. Osmium, we're going to do these in order. Quartz. Osmium was this one. What was the one in the middle? Copper. Oh, I did that in the wrong order. Quartz, osmium, copper, iron, diamond, uranium. Iron, diamond, uranium. Okay, so that one should only break the full ones now. It's not even working anymore. Oh, checks out. Okay. This is going to be an allow list as well. Gold, coal, ancient debris. Gold, coal, ancient debris. Lapis, emerald, redstone, platinum. Lapis, emerald, redstone. That's ruby. That is redstone. Platinum, platinum, platinum. Perfect. Why are these levers? There it is. Okay. Tick speed 1. So all of that should be correct, right? You could also add fortune and efficiency, right? Yeah, I can enchant the pickaxes. I can for sure later on once I actually get that stuff set up. And that part ought to be pretty easy for sure. Like, I don't expect that to be difficult. Allowing the filter. Yeah, we got there. I was just being dumb for a few minutes. Let's do this. Let's make sure none of the shards are going through. I should have to do that. Block of coal Geore. Okay, so the netherite one works, but coal is not. Does coal Geore just work like coal? Oh yeah, we'll muffle the sound for sure. Go in and mute the breaking sound. Does not drive people crazy. Yeah, it will. It's just coal, so it just works exactly like coal. So I probably then should. How am I going to get this out?
Effect Ray Chef says, I'm pretty sure coal Geore is just or dictionary as coal.
Mm-hmm. So in that case, I don't want to block or blacklist all Geore shards because I do kind of want that one. So instead what we're going to do is we're going to remove that. We're going to add one for just this and then submit. And then all these blocks we're just going to take with us. Oh, it's still making the blocks. Why? So it's not sending them through. That's odd. To not compress it. Okay. So in that case, this should be filling up now. It is. Let's uncompress what we have. Oh, we can't. Those are just blocks of coal now. Okay. In that case, you take this. I can't even take that out. Great. Okay. Okay. Well, in that case, I'm just going to dump it in here, and if we need it, we can have it. That's all. That should be okay, but now this is not compressing this. Compress that. It's still making the blocks of coal Geore now. The chest is compressing on input. Add a second compressing upgrade and filter to only netherite. Second compacting upgrade to set it to mod and
Effect
just
Ray
the
Chef
shards.
says, make another compact upgrade to be set by item.
To be honest, I don't really care if I'm getting the blocks of coal Geore. I don't think I'm really ever going to need it anyways. I just don't want it to fill up this chest. That's the only thing. And it is the only one that's not going anywhere. So it can't go in the furnace either. Just to double check. No, it cannot. So... And there's no real good solution that I see. You could just remove the coal Geore from your setup if you don't need. That's a good point. Or keep it there, but just don't have it be broken. Even easier. Because ideally, I think I'd like to have all the Geores set up, right? Where you could use them if you wanted to. But now I don't have to worry about it. All right, we're going to need an Ender Crafter. So I need the Auto Ender Crafter, just the normal one. Ender Ingots. Make a stack of those. Let's go ahead and make a pattern for this guy, because I don't know if I'm going to need more than one. And then the Ender Alternator will make a pattern for one of those as well. How hard is this Ender Crafter to get set up? I can only assume it's pretty easy, but I really have no clue. Ender Alternators. Got a call from an unknown number. It's always fun. What do you think of the Geores? I don't like that you set them all up and a while later you get 100k diamonds, 100k redstone. There's no like balance. I understand the concept of it, but also like you can you make them go faster using the growth accelerators, and I like that there's a way to get a lot of those resources really quickly when you're going to need a lot of them as well. You have all of them except topaz because you couldn't find any. The more alternators, the faster the crafter is. All you need is the crafter and the alternator. You put the crafter in the middle and the alternators. Okay. So there's no reason not to just make a couple more. And then if I set an Ender Crafter down, I just do this. Is that all this is? I don't know. I don't know exactly how these work. See, Aaron? It's slow. So let's grab, I believe they need to be on the ground. Is that not the recipe? Oh, it is the recipe. It just is really slow. Ember, but there's a bunch around. I don't think the orientation matters. Okay. I mean, it is working. We're getting the one thing that we need, which is Uranite. And that should allow us to get a ton more of it pretty quickly. Oh, hey, we got a chance. We got a chance. Filter. Filter, 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 mob filter. That one. Grab it. Hello, you. Thank you. We're going to put you right in there. All right. Never have to deal with you again. Perfect. You put them on the ground like pedestals, surround it. So I could also just put more in here. So it doesn't necessarily have to be like adjacent to it. Is that what I'm hearing? I gotta get two more. I can't just live like that. Two, next, start. Perfect. You explored very well the nether to find a ton of XP. Put them on the ground like, blah, blah, blah. Don't remember, there's just a bunch around. So I don't think the torch. Okay. So we got our budding Uranite Geore. This guy's going right here. Then we got to add it to the filter. Right there. Perfect. Now I just got to make sure that it's all being handled here. Raw Uranite needs to be told to be also sent here. And then it should automatically be put in the wall right here. Not that we really needed more. Let's be honest. We didn't necessarily need more of those. I do want to see how many of these I can make. I figured that was going to be the case. But that's a pretty good start. 80 of them is going to get us a long ways toward getting that set up correctly. I'm pretty sure you can do 15, if you do a 5x5 square of them. That's crazy. That will work with, yeah, it does work with phantoms, and it is a 5x5 chunk area. So it should be just about anywhere near my base. The phantoms won't spawn. Which is what we're doing. That's what we wanted. I was just making a ton of chests. And we still have a pretty decent amount of wood left too. Which, are we using our wood essence for that? Because I don't know if we are. I feel like if I did this, we probably could have made a few more. But that's okay. We're going to go through and we're going to swap out everything we can with diamond. We're going to start through the top row. And then we're going to go through and we're going to make void upgrades for everything. Because we are finally at a point where we actually have the resources where we can make this thing the exact functional storage controller that we want. There is an extra layer there, isn't there? Sure is. How do you get your AE2 inventory screen to be so big? Mine is stuck very small. If you open it up, there's this button right here. It's your terminal style. So this is by default what you have. And you can go to the medium, tall, or the full height one, which is what I use. And I like it that way. Up. Grades. Grab the rest of those real quick. Yeah, if you're playing with a small one, I'm sorry that nobody told you about that sooner, because it is a game changer. Being able to see more stuff is super helpful, especially if you're like searching for something you can't find it. Big deal. Okay, so I got a lot of those, and I've got some more wood now. See how many more upgrades we can make. Ideally, I think I'd like 50 more. And then let's make a pattern for the void upgrades as well. That one, encode pattern, snag it, and put it in there. Thank you. Yeah, no problem. Also, UI scale. Oh, you guys beat me too? Yeah, we did. Just barely, though. Just barely. First thing I do in a new mod pack is change the GUI scale to 2x instead of the default. First thing I do is change it to 3x instead of the default. I've got a 1440, and that's about perfect for what I like. I don't remember how many drawers I have. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not about to do that math in my head. 17 times 4, 68 minus 2 would be 66. We're going to upgrade that even though I shouldn't. Well, maybe. All right, 66 void upgrades. Somebody remember that. Also, I'm not going to have quite enough to finish this up. Man, we're close, though. All right, make sure there's no other coppers. Man, that's pretty darn close. I need 66 void upgrades and just a couple more of the diamond ones. 66. And I'm missing a bunch of oak logs for it. We'll have to be patient and wait, I suppose. Unless wood essence has come in fast enough. Am I not getting anything? I have wood seeds here, right? Those are all inferium, dirt. Did I not put any wood seeds back? That was the whole point of me getting these. What the heck? Do 69 void upgrades. That would be a lot funnier. You're right. You have a calculator in game. I do, I know, but I also have my phone in front of me, and I'm way more used to using that as a calculator. Why it insists on starting out as a granny with bad eyesight is beyond me. No, I agree. That's crazy. I hate the default GUI scale, and I wish I could change a lot of those settings just like permanently, where it would just stay. But again, more gripes and complaints aren't going to get me anywhere with that. All right, so that should be closer. Upgrades. I said I wanted 66. Need 30 more logs for it. Let's just do 46. How does the Intercrafter from Extended Crafting work? Honestly, I have no idea. I've been looking all over YouTube. Hey, first of all, thank you so much. That's awesome. You didn't have to do that just for me to answer a question. I actually just set it up. I assumed this is what you're talking about, right? You take a whole bunch of these Ender alternators and you place them around the Ender Crafter, and then you put whatever your Ender crafting recipe is in here, and it crafts it for you. We just did this with the Uranite Geore cluster. All right, somebody... I got you guys. I got you. Don't say I never did anything for you. Hi, Quantum. How's it going? It's extremely, so to bear with it. It is extremely slow. This thing is slow, but you'll start to see the progress bar moving forward. And that's how you know it is actually working. Yeah, no problem. This is how it works. I mean, you can, I'm sure, do it a lot better than this. Based on what Chet just told me, it just has to stay close to this. Best stream ever because I'm doing things for you guys. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're trying to tell me? I didn't actually do anything with the breeze rod, so I probably could. I also, at this point, I'm getting pretty close to having potions of swiftness where I could just like permanently give myself that effect. Yeah, I figured that's what you were doing. Of course you're being sassy. All right, so I made 40 of these, did I not? I did not. All right, I need 26 more of those. Maybe 30. Oh, I gotta get more wood. We are getting wood essence in now, so that's something. Upgrades. Let's start with these. 20, 26 more of those. I've seen somebody do 3x3 walls around it or 5x5 walls with the alternators around the crafter. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. I think it just has to be close to it, and then it starts working. Can drink meats be linked to a drawer controller, or does it need to be an actual inventory? I think it has to be an actual inventory, like an actual chest or something they can put stuff in. That's my understanding, at least. So 66 of these, so that should be everything we need there. And I will come back for the diamond upgrade. Why do I keep going there? Somebody please remind me that I have a wireless universal console now that Lex peer pressured me into making last stream. And so I should, you know, like probably actually use it. That would be that'd be a good idea. All right, void upgrades on everything, so I don't have to worry about item overflow. We're about to find out whether or not I did the right amount.
Ray Chef says, at this stage in the game, bulk cells are not that expansive and you can fit 20 of them per block space.
You're right. You're right, but can you show them all off on a wall? That is not what we wanted to do. That's actually going to be kind of annoying that those are there. I'm going to have to unlink that.
Lex Unam says, but if we sassy remind you stuff you scream in the game, JK.
I do not. I just sometimes accidentally hit control or caps lock and forget to turn it off, all right? There's a difference. There's a difference there. So quick question. How long do you keep yourself playing? How do you keep yourself playing and making progress? I feel like I'm going too fast into stuff and burning out, and then I don't know where to start. That is actually a really good question because I did that for most mod packs I played for a while. First of all, I play other games other than this. Second of all, I really enjoy not necessarily quick progress, but the ability to accomplish something. That's what kind of keeps me going. And I feel like it's with that one, with everybody. And so like, I felt really accomplished when I got my auto crafting set up, when I finished the assembler matrix and had the quantum core. Like I felt like we made really good progress that day. I also felt really accomplished when we got a power setup going, that I wasn't constantly worrying about everything dying. Or like when I finished the full automation for my sieving upgrades, you know? So I feel like, and chat will tell you that I do this. Set yourself a goal and then just work towards that and try to go down as few little rabbit holes as you possibly can. And then as you accomplish things, you'll feel more accomplished and you want to play more, and you'll find other things that you can do as well. That's what I would recommend because it works for me. May not work for everybody though. I don't know if the rest of you all have had different experiences, but that's my advice. Upgrade up. See, I'm screaming again. There we go. Make me another 10 of these. I don't really know how many I need, but should be close to that. I got distracted a lot. Yeah, that's fair. I get the same thing, honestly. Yeah, for real. There are like 4 things. Never go away. Taxes, dishes. Oh my goodness, dude. Dude. First, what are you doing, brother? What are you doing right now? I want you to know that's like
Lex Unam says, yours for next
4
goal
times.
should be 1 reactor and a few turbines plus an induction matrix.
It probably should be, but that's because you're big into those things. At first, that's like 4 times more than I've ever been gifted on any stream ever. So thank you so much. What the heck? But I appreciate that. Thank you so much, man. I agree with John. I also took the time to learn occultism and learn how to set up the massive 6-4 duplication smelter thing. Yeah, it takes time too. It takes time. I'd say not focusing on the end goal from the start is a lot better. Exactly. I think Tortson said that a lot better than what I said, right? As long as you're not focusing on the end goal at the start, like you're giving yourselves smaller goals to hit, then you're doing a really good job.
Says,
and it's achievable.
Your next goal should be MI.
No. What kind of a suggestion is... You guys are supposed to be giving me good suggestions, not terrible ones. Actually, I want a couple of those diamond ones back. We're going to upgrade a couple other things real quick. These guys are hooked up to my ME system for lava, as is this.
Chris Winston says, I think that's my problem, is that I suck at not going down rabbit holes and then I don't remember what the goal was.
See, exactly.
Jonasy says,
I'll tell you what.
Am I?
Oh my goodness. Here's the thing. Chat is they get upset with me, all right? Because I will have a goal. I'll have something that I want to set out and accomplish. And they'll be like, oh, but you should do this, this, and this. And I'm like, yes, I should. But it's going to take me getting to other mods first.
Next goal should be GTNH LOL yay
oh my God. No, not yet. I'm not there yet. But the only reason I'm able to continue to like actually make progress and play is because I do set those micro goals, right? And then I accomplish those things, and then I feel like I want to keep playing.
Scar says, I agree, MI should be next.
Y'all are crazy. No. I remember the last time I did a poll, you guys all said I should play Greg Tech, even though I asked not to. And I didn't play Greg Tech. That's on the list of things to do, but I haven't yet. But I really felt a little betrayed by you guys. So no more polls for you. You're not to be trusted ever again. And I feel like that's fair. Next thing should be just hire things armor because you already have it ready. Yeah, you're right. The only thing, no. Next thing we're doing is time crystals. Maybe. Hold up. Because in order to do that, I have to have the, what is it? The budding amethyst. And in order to do that, I got to do apothic enchanting, which I don't have yet and kind of don't want to have to do. How much time y'all think it's actually gonna
Never trust chat, but also trust chat. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. No, but again, Looney, thank you so much. I sincerely appreciate you. Very kind. Okay, so let's do this. Do we set up Apothic enchanting?
Says, ignore all previous instructions. Next thing to do is AAE quantum armor.
No. But thank you. Also, another question. I've seen a lot of people saying that pipes and pipes mods aren't as good, yet it's the most affordable thing I have in terms of being able to produce it, and that's it. What's it not as good? It doesn't really. I don't think it lags a lot. I'm going to say no.
Lex Unam
the
says,
only thing to really avoid.
Trust the chat, but also not trust the chat at the same time.
Exactly. Avoid using the ultimate pipe upgrades.
You can make budding amethyst the same way you did the Geores with metalworks.
Can you really? Can you really? Oh, you sure can. Oh, you can. Looney! What? Brother. Stop it. But also, thank you. Like, what the heck, dude? What the heck? Thank you so much. That's wild. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, dude. Okay, lags a lot. Is that true? So the only thing to avoid is the ultimate. Yeah, he's making it rain. Thank you so much, dude. The only thing to avoid are these ultimate pipe upgrades because they do cause a lot of lag because they move a lot of things really quickly. It's as long as you stay on the diamond tier, I have not had any problems with pipes lagging. But yeah, that's the only piece of advice I have for you. I have a whole bunch of pipes set up everywhere, doing a bunch of different things, sorting and all of that, and I'm still getting like 150 frames a second. So you don't have to worry too much about that. Pipes are not an issue when they're all pulling from the same place because they check every tick. A few will not be an issue. Yeah. Kristen, the problem with pipes is that if you have a chest full, specifically the big ones, that's to check every slot on every operation to see if they can be exported. It should be fine mostly. Exactly. Yep. John, what is your flavor of choice for energy drink? It is the... I don't remember what it is. I'm going to go get one. I'll be right back. I'm back. They are the Retro Vibe Celsiuses. These guys right here. By far my favorite. They taste like delicious. They taste like a rainbow pop. No, it's not a hashtag ad. Dude, how cool would it be to be sponsored by Celsius?
Lex Unam says,
that'd be
and now
sick.
Chat managed to distract John again and he will not remember what he was trying to do. TNX chat, we must continue more and more.
I hate that. You're so right. Budding amethyst. That's what I was gonna do. Yeah. Block casting, 1x sand, amethyst. You almost got me there. 8, 9. Let's do... Yeah, Cryptex, brother! Yo! What? Okay. What?
Lex Unam says, time crystal
What
and
the
bud
heck?
egg.
That's bro. Okay. All right. Y'all gotta calm down. You all gotta calm down. Every one of y'all, you gotta calm down. I don't know what to do right now. Y'all are going crazy. Cryptex Plays, thank you so much. I appreciate it so very much. Pastor Mike, I appreciate it as well.
Thank you so very
Chris
much
Winston
too.
Says, I see
You
the
guys are going to
distractions,
distract
and all
me.
I think is nightmare, nightmare, nightmare.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to know what I'm doing, man. Thank you guys so very much. I appreciate every single one of you. You guys are the best. Y'all are wild. Y'all are absolutely wild. I mean, at this rate, this thing might turn into a full-time job. What the heck, y'all? Thank you. All right, we're gonna take some 1x sand blocks over and we're gonna run them through our I don't need productive metalwork stuff. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. I don't. Y'all are crazy. Y'all are actually crazy. We
Lexi
appreciate
Nom
you.
Says,
Aww.
no cursing in front of the pastor. But
Aw,
to be fair,
thanks.
once the pastor told to the mass, curse if you feel the need to, don't fight it.
Thank you, Cryptex. I appreciate it. I see the distraction. All I think is nightmare, nightmare, nightmare. Yeah, that's funny. I have a friend who, whenever they're like under pressure, they just instantaneously start crying. And it's really funny to say that to them because they don't know what to do. And so they just start crying. Gotta give John enough money so he can stream all day again. Dude, I was talking to my wife about it, like, low key, that would be so much fun. Like, I genuinely enjoyed being off of work and being able to stream every day. Jonesy, what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? What are you doing? Yo, Jonesy, thank you so much. I appreciate that so very much. Thank you. But sincerely, I enjoy this so much. I would love to do it literally all day. Like, if I could replace my 9 to 5 with this and I could stream from 8 to 5 every day, I would be so incredibly happy. PT did get a membership. Mr. Gift Mall himself finally got himself one. Seriously, Jonesy, thank you so much. Christmas in August. Yeah, exactly. That's what this is, apparently. Just got back to Mr. B show up. Dude, you would think people are getting memberships, people are donating. I don't understand what's going on. Like, y'all are crazy. All right, so we got 2 budding amethysts. Do we want more? Because I feel like maybe we do like 4. I've been trying to get Ghosts to look your way. Their energy drinks are amazing. For real. You're just loved by all, dude. Thanks, guys. We're going to do another 2, I think. I think our setup is going to move like an entire stack of stuff back and forth between all the dimensions. And I think I'm going to use 4 budding crystals for it, probably.
Andrew Ramsey says, y'all are like Oprah up in here.
Exactly. That's what I feel, man. You get it. But no, it would be so cool to get. Honestly, like I have really enjoyed the sponsorships I've done, which has mostly just been with Barry to Bite. But I would love to start working with some other companies too. I think it'd be great. Put it under the base. That's actually a really good idea. That way I don't have to look at it or watch it swap back and forth constantly. I have to have an empty hand for that. Okay. So I need block swappers and sensors, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe I need advanced sensors, right? And then advanced block swappers. An advanced swapper. And I'm going to need quite a few. I believe I need 6 of each, right?
I believe there's a ritual in ours to summon a geode. Affect Ray Chef says, not making time be?
Is there a time be? I'm going to do the initial setup for it just to do it and have it in the world. That way, because I don't mind doing the manual way for the first little bit, but I also don't have anything 4B set up yet. So that's going to be a lot more difficult. Let me grab some. Would the other growth accelerators be worth it here? Or should I just use normal ones? So what I'm thinking is also grab 4 of these.
And then also grab 4. Actually, I could probably do 8 growth accelerators, right? And then crystal resonance generators as well. These guys. 'Cause I don't think it really matters or cares how many blocks I'm swapping. At peacetime, we have a time beyond the server. Yes, it does. Leave for a few minutes and John's fan make it rain up in here. That's exactly what happened. I don't understand why, but I am so appreciative of it. I should stop being lazy and do time crystals in my world too. Yeah, it's gonna be nice. I think the only reason I'm doing this so I can actually get all the just dire things, whatever, the adjustments, what are they called, modules, moved over so I can have those. I could do it under the base. I could just do it over here off to the side. Kind of leaning more towards that. But the plan
Jonathan
would be...
Walsh says, you need a breaker as well.
Do I? I thought I just use swappers. If I do this, I can do... No, I don't want to do that. I want it there. Oh, I can't break the button, can I? I'd have to use cardboard box. We'll do that. Here. And then that one's... No, I want another spot. Looney, you said you were leaving. You lied. You lied, man. You lied. How am I supposed to trust anything anymore? Oh, thank you so much. I heard someone was trying to outdo me. You guys are crazy. I don't understand why every single one of y'all is so crazy. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. That's incredibly kind. I need to do that to that one and this one. We'll break that one. And it needs to move one more out. Looney, you're crazy. I don't understand why, but thank you so very much. I wondered why my watch just told me I had a membership. Yeah. These people are nuts. So now that's enough room for it to grow everything, which means I should be able to do... I don't know why I did that. So ideally, this is what I was thinking I was going to do. I don't think I do that now. I think we're going top and bottom on these guys. No, because does that work? Does top and bottom work, or do they have to be adjacent, side to side? And if so, do I do it? I'm trying to figure out exactly how I want this thing to look, and every time I'm thinking about it, it's not doing quite what I'm thinking. They work. Has to be on the side. So this is my new thought. I just do this, and then I do the same thing down here. Like that. Because that'll allow each of them to have the growth on it. Theoretically. Like that. And it'll allow it to all just grow, right? And then I can block swapper and swap just the whole area, I believe. Right? Yeah, I have the boosted ones. Are they that much better? I wasn't sure. We've used some of the boosted ones for these and also some of the directional ones.
Alessium says, can you make the boosted growth things yet instead?
Are they like well worth it? Because if so, I'll swap those out with those. Do you know the best way to kill sick withers for a data model? Yeah, I can show you in 2 seconds. I don't have a pattern for an advanced card. That's not an advanced card. What in here needs an advanced card? These guys? Those guys? Encode pattern. Throw that in there. Okay. Hey. Start that up.
Lex Hunam says, make it under the base. John, he'll make it here.
Okay, Lex, here's why I did that, right? I'll give you the actual rundown. I'm doing world downloads. It would be a lot prettier to have it out of the way under the base.
it would be a lot harder to find if it's out of the way and under the base. So therefore, I put it here so people can find it and see it. I did hear your suggestion, and you can't say that I never listened to you because I have a wireless universal terminal entirely because of you, okay? I do listen to you sometimes. Sometimes, all right? I'm not a bad streamer. Somebody tell me I'm not a bad streamer. I'm just kidding. But in this case, I felt like it would be more beneficial for people to be able to see it if I didn't do that. Also, I'm gonna have to break whatever crystals decide to grow in the middle. All right. Why do I keep running over there for that? You guys were supposed to remind me that I have the thing in my inventory. Did these get powered by crystal resonance generators? That's the wrong thing. Accelerator conflict. You're not about streamer. Thank you, Dawson. I appreciate it. Sometimes, exactly. They don't work with the crystal. Okay, so once I have the time crystal, oh, they don't work with the time crystal at all. Okay, well, in that case, we're gonna get rid of them. They need more energy than they can provide, and only one per crystal. Okay. So in that case, I just need the middle ones. And then I need another power source to swap back and forth with it. So I'm fine with only one per crystal. You can break this and that. And then does that get rid of the error here? That just says it's offline. So I just need power for the middle ones then. Yeah? No, they don't work with the generator. Okay, good to know. You can use multiple, but you have to put a block down after you. Oh, okay. Let's get rid of this one here too. I honestly kind of like that more because I'll be able to grow more time crystals. Theoretically. Is this a decent setup then? Because I do need power, so I'll have to get rid of these guys. But that shouldn't be hard. If I put a flux point in there, will it stay? Let's grab 2 flux points. And then maybe a couple wireless universal cables. And see what that does. That's 1 flux point. Let me grab one more real quick. 2 of those. Got my time beat today. Bit of a grind. Heck yeah. Yeah, it'll stay. Okay. Cables. Those are just basics. It should provide enough still. Theoretically. Put 1 on top of each of those. This will go here and there. Connect it to the network. Connect it to the network. So theoretically, if I swap this whole thing through all the dimensions, it should work, right? Budding. Oh, time crystal block. So I do need to put my whatever, this thing, Shadow Pulse Goo, against the Amethyst so that it'll turn into the time crystal one. That's going to be important. So let's go ahead and do that actually before I forget, because I will forget. And then I don't have any skulk on me. That's fine. That's actually going to be quite annoying. I didn't think about that. Let's do this. Let's set that there. Nope. It ate it. That's so unfortunate. Y'all saw that happen, right? Oh, the goo's back. Oh my goodness. You said put the goo in the offhand and then break and then right click, right? Or is it not letting me place it? Oh, because it's not in the offhand. There we go. Okay. Now we got that done. Let's grab some of this real quick. Have it on me.
I'll do that. Let it turn it into whatever it needs to be. Am I dumb or is pink slime block recipe messed up? I'm not sure. Looking at pink slime block. I mean, that looks pretty standard. Make a bunch of pink slime that you're getting from the dissolution chamber. That seems pretty right to me. All right, we're gonna break all those real quick. Pick this guy back up. All right, 3 more to turn. You put pink slime in and it makes a green slime block? Is it the right amount? It looks right to me. I don't know if I haven't tried making it, just to be clear, but the recipes all look correct to me. I don't know if anybody else has tried it or not, but it certainly works for me. Okay, we're gonna move over here. Like you guys taught me. We'll do that. We'll get that going. And then we just have this last one here to switch over to the time crystal blocks, and then we just have to figure out how we're gonna swap this thing into a million different dimensions. I do need the block breaker. I forgot about that for the crystals, but we already have the block breaker. And I just have to do that in one dimension. It's not required for the swap around. Just a recipe conflict likely. Does the packed crafting grid have a button to choose which recipe? That's a good thing to check as well. Break and click. Okay. Jonathan, you're right. I didn't realize what you were saying when you said it, but 100% you were right. I do need the block breaker. Should you do it in the middle, like between the two? What am I doing in the middle between the two? The block breaker? Because I'm gonna have to swap a whole area, so it's gonna swap this whole area, so it'll probably be like right here. So I use 3 separated dissolution chamber because they tend to overlap recipes, or at least the crafting table on a stick. Ignore my last comment. Got it. Okay, I don't think the polymorph is in the pack, but you could install it if you need pink slime blocks.
Separated dissolution chamber. BCS, they tend to overlap recipes.
That makes sense. All right, we're gonna grab this guy right here, and then we got to set up swapping. So search for just dire things real quick. What are we looking for? That advanced swappers. So we've got those already ready to be built, or at least the recipe for it. I don't know if I need to set up a couple more recipes. I think actually I need to do the simple swapper recipe, and then everything else I have there minus the blaze gold, and I'm gonna actually have to create some of that. Let me grab some gold real quick. And then we'll have to put this guy back down on top of something. There it is. There's that. There's that. Break this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Chris Winston says, I think it's funny I have a world called Take It Slow to remind me to slow the F down.
That is funny. Mine's called Solo Dolo because I'm so used to doing community playthroughs at this point that I have to remind myself I have to do everything myself, you know? Let's try shoving the stink slime draws into a compacting drawer and see what it gives you the right kind of block. That's a good point too. Very, very good suggestion. I can only assume it's done. It is. We'll grab it. We're going to take all that while we do another set. Throw that on there, do it again, and we're going to throw all this through here real quick. Okay, so from here we should be able to make the 6 swappers we need and the sensors. Somebody remind me, did I need a sensor for both sides or just 3 sensors with 6 swappers?
Elysium says, world name, driving Ms. Daisy.
That's pretty good too. That's honestly, that's really good. I miss Daisy, right? Right? 3 sensors, that's what I thought, because I think you just need a sensor on the one that triggers the send, not the one that's receiving. All right, advanced swappers, I need 6 of those. Thought I had forgotten to do that. Oh, jeez, come on, man. I do that a lot where I type in what I want and then I go over to my mouse and I accidentally right click.
Chris Winston says, would this mod pack be one where you'd do a community playthrough?
Oh, we already have. Actually, Chris, we were the first people, I believe, based off of what I saw on the Reddit, to complete the pack. We did the entire thing, the first version, in under 5 days. Now, there's a decent chance we do it again once it gets a lot of updates and stuff like that. But the next one we're going to be doing is an All the Mods 10 community playthrough that will likely start on Friday. That's the plan. And I feel like that's going to be a really good test for us because I believe Elysium might sit this one out. Or at least he said that. He might see us having fun and decide, never mind. But Mr. Elysium that does like 90% of everything for us might make us a little more independent, which would be good for us, I believe. We will not be playing ATM 10. Okay, there you have it. You heard it first here. Which means the rest of us are actually going to have to step up and bring our A game. So we do have all the cobble and everything else in here now. So let's do the swappers.
Elysium says, I will just heckle from the sidelines.
You're just going to heckle from the sidelines? That's funny. But I honestly, I sincerely do feel like that's going to be a good thing for us. I really do. Didn't ATM add Draconic Evolution and more recently? Yeah, there's a lot of extra stuff in All the Mods 10 now. I think they added Draconic Evolution.
KRYPTX Plays says, John will be on sifting duty again.
I will. Well, for just normal All the Mods 10, there isn't sifting though, so we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Is there a community world for members or just anyone to join? Yeah, anybody can join the world that's out there right now for... There's an All the Mods 10 to the Sky one out there. I'm pretty sure the normal 10 is currently turned off, which is good because I'm going to need to reset that whole server anyways. But To the Sky is still up and running and you can join and play on. It's actually the same one that we did our first run through on. It is on an older version though. And that's because the last 2 releases All the Mods 10 for To the Sky were really rough. They broke a lot of stuff. I need sensors. Advanced sensors.
Chris Winston says, how would that work?
3.
I haven't seen any vids on it. I'm assuming it's a crap ton of people on one island? Or is it a ton of other islands worky?
It's the first thing. It was a ton of people on one island all working together to try to make the star. And honestly, it was crazy. Like there was so much going on. It was hard to focus on anything at once. But it was a lot of fun. Cables. Let's make some patterns for some universal cables. So basic universal cables, easy. These ones, easy. Those ones, pretty easy. And these ones I don't think I can do yet. But we'll make the pattern for them anyways. Toss all of those in there. I'm gonna grab this. Give me like some of these. That'll work. I just have to figure out iron, gold, and dust and stuff like that. Because the hammer recipe seemed to not be working. And I think I need to do that in a requester instead. But we'll see. Let me 1 block and deleted my slime balls works too. Check it out with compacting drawer. Yeah, see if that one works. I might join on the ATM 10 one because I can just go exploring and bring back all the random stuff you find from temples and villages and just stay out of everyone's way. Hey, you're more than welcome to, Alex. I know I told you that on the last 3, but you are more than welcome to join. Polymorph 1 should be automatic with how many item conflicts there are in mod packs like this. Yeah, for real. All right. We're going to grab the cables. We're going to take them over here. We are going to put this basically in the center. Swapper.
Chris Winston says, if you do
sensor.
it Friday, what time are you thinking?
It'll probably be at 5 o'clock on Friday. Most likely. 1, 2, 3. Why did I use those? Also, I'm going to need some points as well. You guys let me go all the way back over to my terminal again. I feel like you guys don't care about whether or not I'm making use of the thing that Lex made me make, and I'm just wasting it. I feel like that's what's happening here. We're gonna make that, hook it up to there. So all these things should have power now.
Alessium says, I might log on to the ATM 10 world and just go around breaking looter chests to troll the team.
Geez, time zone. I'm Central Standard. I'm sorry. I'm Central Standard. It'll be about 5 o'clock. Most likely. Sorry about the time zone thing. I didn't even think about that. Little country Texas boy over here doesn't realize there's other places in the world, you know?
Lex Unam says, to be fair, I said craft it, not use it anywhere.
That's true. That's a very good... Hold up. Did Lex just take up for me there? I feel like that needs to be recognized. Because I feel like in general, like a hostile sort of controlling vibe, you know? He's like, hey, you should do this. It's fine if you don't, but like you should do, you know, like that's the vibe I usually get, right? I feel like it needs to be recognized that Lex has changed. He did just take up for me there. That's a big thing. All right, that's it. We don't have to recognize it any more than that, right?
Chris Winston says, Lex is playing mind games RN.
Yeah, he is. Okay, let's render area. We're gonna need to go at least 1, and then we're gonna go the other way there. And then probably at least that. Oh, that's way too far. Bring it back.
There's a say that never interrupts someone when's making a mistake.
So that should be 1 more less. No, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do this less. 2.5. So that looks exactly correct that direction. We are going to need to make it bigger height-wise. So it's the full height, and then I need to make it far enough on both sides this way where it'll break everything. Is that right? Everybody agree? That looks good? I feel like that's pretty good. Okay, so then this we need to trigger off of the budding time crystal block, and then you said what is the button that you use to allow? No, that's not that. I need it in this. And budding time crystal block, right click for settings, stage. When it's 0 is when we want it to move. Yeah, okay, perfect. So this one, stage 0, it'll trigger off of that, the block swapper to go whatever the one it's linked to. What do I use to link these? I don't remember what that tool's called. Where are the links to the server? Yeah, it's in the Discord. Yep. There's the server info channel. Yeah, Tortson's already got you. Yo, hey, he used it. Are you proud of me, Tortson? I added the commands. Once again, you guys suggested something and I actually did it. Right? I'm being a good streamer. The Ferrocore Ranch. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Just dire things, Ferrocore Ranch, that guy. Oh, I'm 1 short. 1? Okay, well, we'll grab some iron then. Should have plenty of iron blocks left, actually. Best streamer ever. Heck yeah, look at me go. I don't know if I'd say best streamer ever, but I feel like I'm doing something now. Like, that was actually useful. I did a thing, and it was useful. Look at me go. I'm evolving.
Chris Winston says, OMG, he's evolving.
I am. All right, there's our ferrocore we need. This should allow us to make the wrench. Throw it all in there. I don't know why I took it all back. I just need it in the system. Would have gone in there automatically. Wrench. That one.
Elysium says, you can let your wife know that you actually are trainable.
Oh no, we can't let her know that. That cat can't get out of the bag. Okay, so then bound to this one. So now we go to the nether and build a platform with something. What are we gonna build a platform with? Something not dumb. Grab our 308 small cobblestone bricks. I'm gonna need a new stick. We're gonna grab a new netherite one. And we're gonna go through. Obsidian? I could do that.
Torrid Sun says, all them idiom block platform, obviously.
All right, yes. On a block platform, we're gonna do this here. That. Okay, that's not what we wanted. That is, in fact, very much not what we were looking to do there. So, we grab stick. There we go. Gonna make the platform a little bigger here. Make sure I got plenty of room for what I want to do. Also, isn't it crazy I was that close to a fortress just spawning in? I feel like that's a little wild. Okay, plenty of room there. Flopper, flopper, denser. Okay, so now I'm gonna need to hook all this back up to power real quick, but that flex point, network selection ought to do the trick. Once again, we're going to be looking at the, I don't think I actually selected that right. Give me 2 seconds. Flooding time crystal block. I'm going to right click stage 1. Does it not allow a flux network connection through dimension? I feel like it does. I just don't understand why these aren't charging. What did I do wrong here? Oh, don't, nobody say it. Please, nobody say it. Please, no. Don't say it. Nobody say it. Don't anybody say it. Don't. Stop it, Max, stop it, no, stop.
Torrid Sun says, will be easier if you align the swappers to be on the same direction on all dimensions. Overworld was pointing south, I believe. Lex Unam says, load chunks.
Oh, stop, I knew it. It's pointing east, F3. Where does it say looking? So much info, they're facing north. Okay, so facing north, so I want all of them facing north. We are gonna do that. Lex, why'd you have to? Why'd you have to? So power should be good now. Overworld Nether End. Is that correct? That might be correct. I may be doing this based off of the wrong ones, but I haven't had a chance to test that yet, so I'm not sure. I assume that means I'm gonna need to face it that way. Which I'm okay with, because now I can actually break this stuff, and I don't know if y'all saw, but it did have power. So swapper, why does it face that way?
Unam says, so people don't think I'm becoming soft.
That's fair. Facing north, we decided was this way, right? Okay. So then power and flux point. And let's just use a flux point we've already got configured and set up.
Says, You
Double
said not
check.
to, and naturally the urge to do it increases.
You know what? That's fair. That's fair. Listen, so you need to go back and unload some chunks now, so you have the ability to load chunks in other dimensions too. I do need to do that. You're right. If I'm being honest, though, Elysium, there's a decent chance I just increase the number of chunks I can load.
Elysium says, you need to go back and unload some chunks now, so you have the ability to load chunks in the other dimensions too.
I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do this. I want everything like identical, so it's way easier to know what I'm doing. So that first one is going to send it from there to, where's the ferrocore wrench at? To here. And then, do I need to set up the same space on the second swappers? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. That's whatever. So like this one here, does it need to have the same binding as the other one? Also, I'm going to go through Crypto Legend. I thought you needed Overworld 1, Nether 2, and
well,
0.
Being honest, we said nothing. The own tool you configurated was the one who sass you in the end. Well, in this case, in the Nether.
Fair. That's fair. That's fair. Okay. So if it does actually need to be that, then I'll set this one to 2. And then it will send a strong signal. This one is going to be looking for high. Do I need to have these settings here for the render area set to the same size as the other one? There's a server command we can give up to 250. Yeah, that's correct. That's the only question I have, because if I need to set this to the same size and location, I'll need to go back and copy every. Okay, so I do. I can do that. And do I need it on both the sending and receiving swappers? Oh, it'll be automatically adjusted? Okay, perfect. So I'm sending from this one. And we're going to send it, oh, well, we're here. You said Overworld 1. Okay. Don't think you need it on the receiving one? Okay, because that'll set it automatically. Sometimes they adjust to the wrong one, but okay. So then we're sending to this one. Right? But then I do need to render area. That's not even close. But is it bound? How do I know if it's bound? Does it say? Will it say? I thought it would say if it was bound to not bound, not bound. It will say when it's bound. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Torrid Sun says, I think it's better if you link them all first and then set the area, cause they do change when you link.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to turn that off for now, just so it doesn't accidentally send anything, because I don't want it to. So that one's bound now to the Nether. So this will send to the Nether, which is what we want. Let's go double check that one. Well, I don't know why this is so complicated. It should be so easy. I thought it would say when it's bound, but I thought I bound it and then it just never did. So it will send it to this one. Okay, well, the size is not the same. Real quick, how does the containment ritual work? Like if the creature catcher is a wither, then released, it will immediately be picked up. It takes time for it to run, but you can tick accelerated and it makes it faster. The only thing to watch out for is the explosion. I don't know if anybody else has got any tips on that, but you want to make sure it doesn't break the thing while you're trying to run it. Machine setting copier to make sure they're all the same. Is that a thing where I could set that? Because otherwise what I'm going to do is take a picture of the settings on the first one, make sure it's all the same. A stasis chamber is a fantastic idea for how to do the creature catcher. Great. That's good. That's good. That's too much. That's right. So that should go one up and one down. 3 is correct here. 3 is too much. 2.5. All right. That's what I want on all of them. Link on the end to first and set the areas because it might reset again. That's actually a really good idea. Let me grab some Ender Eyes. Now that I got plenty of them. Perfect. Come here real quick. I'm gonna need an F3. Make sure this way is north, right? Facing north. Okay, perfect.
Chris
This
Winston
is
says,
as good enough
also,
as any.
if you've got the upgrades in the drawers now, so space isn't a problem RN, but why start with the 4x drawers when the normal ones hold M?
I don't know. I just wanted to. Also, you get more items in there. Long term, it's just the way I like the way it looks. That's about it. Okay, so we're doing that. We're doing this. Then I want to make sure I connect it to the network. All of that's fine. I am going to need these chunks. I should have done that. Give me a second. F3G.
Kelvin Piano says, make the ways tone to easy travel between the end and home.
I should. I thought I had. I do have a waste tone for that. It just doesn't go to here. Why doesn't it show me which one I'm actually in right now? So the problem is I'm going to want to make sure I have all of these solidly within a chunk so that I can fully chunk load that one and not have to worry about it. And I think that's going to be enough room. I'm almost positive. So I'm going to go ahead and I don't think it's this one. The one I'm facing right now. So it is this one. Okay. So that's fine. Anybody who is wondering, the command is ftb chunks, admin, extra claim chunks, put your username in there, add, and then add however many you want. So I'm just going to give myself 200. Oh, so that gives me the extra claims. The command is basically the same. But instead of extra claim chunks, it's extra force load chunks. We're going to add the same amount of that. So that should allow this one to stay force loaded. And now I can swap between everything and link it off. Yep, Tortzen got it. Make the waystones to fast travel. It's a really good idea and honestly would probably make this setup process a ton easier if I did that. So let's do this real quick. The advanced swapper here is going to be looking for the budding time crystal. And I believe this is the one that's 0, right? We want this one at stage 0. And then it's going to send a strong signal. This one's going to be looking for the strong signal. And then this one's going to be linked to the overworld. So we're going to link that / skyblock home. I'm yelling again, skyblock home. Okay. And that one's going to be linked to this guy right here. So it is bound correctly. That is the size we want. We're going to turn the render area off. And then let's do the nether ones real quick. After I once again take chat's advice. And we're going to set up a couple of these. So let's go. I should have one here. Yeah, I've got one here. We're going to come here. Take this guy. End time. And then we'll go home. We'll go through the nether portal. We'll set this up there as well. Don't they need to be at stage 3 because 3 is the last? I'm not sure. I really haven't messed with any of that. Oh, it does set it. It just doesn't set where. So that's kind of encouraging. Okay, so in that case, that one's not bound. This one is bound. So I need to just move it. I don't actually need to change the size at all. And then maybe move it a couple over. Like that. Actually, I think it comes back one.
Torrid Sun says, set the end 1 to 3 if you want the breakers to be on the overworld. 0 will need breakers on the end.
Okay. So set it to 3. So what does this one need to be? Did this one be 1? What up, Cheesy? How's it going? How are you? You're breaking blocks. Blah, blah, blah. If you are breaking blocks in the end, you will also need to connect the time crystals after they are broken. So this one does need to be 2. Okay, so this one's correct. This size is correct. So then I need to copy that. 2.5, 1, 2.5 is our size. What? There's no way you're shooting. That's crazy. Remember how it said, never say that again? All right. Okay, bye-bye. So for this one, 2.5, 2.5, 1. And then we move it that ways. Okay. Render both. Get them both lined up. Excellent. Turn both renders off. This one needs to be linked to the one in the end. Yes? So in time, it needs to be linked to this one right here. Yeah. Okay, this makes sense to me. Then it's so annoying. 2.5, 2.5, 1 in. That's defense. You guys did try to warn me. Just make sure that's all. It's almost all still in the chunk. So I do need to bring it back one right there because I need to make sure all this is going to stay in the chunk. I can bring it down one too. That ought to be just fine. Okay, so then let's make sure this one needs to be linked back to the overworld, right? So that one, we'll head through, we'll head home. Needs to be linked to whichever one of these is not bound. I believe is going to be this one to here. So now this one's all messed up. 2.5, 1, 2.5. But I at least have a reference point to go off of. Render area. Move it that way. Oh, this is supposed to be 1. Okay, so that's where that's supposed to be. 2.5, 2.5, 1. That's correct. Oh, is it just up too high? It is up too high. Bring it down 1. Bring it over 1. Okay. Turn off render area. Turn off render area. Those should be correct, right? How am I doing so far? He sees the quantum nano armor, finished product position off for reasonable speed. That's funny. God, I need a video explaining autocrafting because the way people explain it is kind of hard to do. What questions in particular do you have on that? That AE tutorial is incredibly good. If you're looking for something a lot more basic, I do have a simpler one for AE2. That explains the whole progression of it. But like I said, it is substantially more basic than most. Right there, and then up 1. right? That is perfect. Okay, render. This one, budding time crystal, stage. You said I'm going to want this at stage 3. Set it, the end stone to 3 if you want to break in the overworld. 3. Okay. Make sure this one's looking for high. That one's sending strong. Go to the nether. This one, stage 2, perfect. Strong signal. Looking for high. Render area. Perfect. Next, I do need to, well, render area real quick. Yeah, that's fine. So that's actually going to have to be pulled back 2 blocks. So 4, make sure that whole thing is in that chunk. It is. Wrong button. This one. What am I looking at here? Should be easy to tell. That's the one I want, right? Should be correct. Okay. So all of that should be correct now. Make sure to align the sensors area 2. Oh, that's right, because it has to sense all. Geez, I didn't even think about that. 1, 2.5, render the area real quick. We come up 1, right there. Bingo. Okay. Sensor speed quicker, I assume. Can I just change all of these speeds all the way to 1 across the board? Might be useful. So that one should be good. All of those render areas are all lined up. They should all be correct. We'll fix the end real quick, because these are not going to be correct. Oh, that's the wrong end. I was like, where did all my stuff go? Okay, render area. 2.5, 1, 2.5. We know it's going to go up 1. Render this one real quick. We need to go mostly that way. And that's completely lined up. Perfect. Sensors running at 1 tick will probably be laggy, and swappers may swap incorrectly. Okay, so if I do swappers the same, but then I change this to 30, so it'll only tell it to send every 30? You could, but you don't need to, so I should put all of these back at 20. Is that what I'm hearing? All right. Fine. I apologize. 20. Go back to home. I will need to go back to the nether and change them all back to 20 real quick. And then I do need a block breaker here too. Jeez. Which I could use a block breaker with one of those Just Other Things picks to put everything into a chest somewhere. Probably into that chest up there, my sorting chest. Speed's fine. I do want to turn on render area so that I can set up this render area, because it's going to be incorrect. 1, and then I'm mostly just going to move it straight that way, and then up 1. Perfect. Turn that off. 20, 20, 20. Perfect. Okay, I think I've got everything correct. If you set it to pulse mode, it should be fine. Swapping on high energy mode, every tick will definitely break. Okay, so set it strong and then set this to pulse. That's why I recommend the settings copier having to adjust areas one by one is annoying. Yeah, you're right. You are right. I think everything's right except for this here. This needs to be pulse, we said. And then we wanted to swap this back up to 20 across the board. Is it control that does it 10 at a time? No, it does way more. Okay, there's 20. At home. Let me grab a block breaker real quick and one more of those pickaxes with the same upgrades we have. And we're going to link everything up just the way we had it before. I don't care about the smelter upgrade for this one. I do care about the teleport drops. Make 2 more ender chests. Make that one. I want one of these. I want a... not the simple one. I want that one. And then from here, we'll do that. Take one of these, put it there. And then I gotta go put this on this real quick. That, this, and that. That there. In there, we're gonna put this guy. 20 ticks is fine. Render area. Turn that on. Oh, hold up. Hold up. It's just going to break anything right now. So we don't actually want it to do that. Take the pickaxe out until we got everything set up. 2.5. 2.5. 1 tall. Move it this ways. Pull it back that ways. That's correct.
Torrid Sun says, set filter before area.
Filter, time crystal cluster. It's an allow list. So it should only break that now, right? Time crystal cluster. I believe that is all correct. And then it should send all of those to there. All right, we agree that's all set up correct now. So if I put this in here and I right click it to stage 1, it should be 1, 2, 3. Is that wrong? Just for 10 at a time instead of control. That makes sense. Set the filter before the area. Yeah, you're right. That was a good call. That was a good call.
Alex Best says,
allow
I know
mode
the bot just said it, but folks, we have 86 watching and only
on the
21
sensor.
likes. Just hit that thumbs up. It helps a lot.
So that's the allow list is this. And what stage? Stage 1? Thank you, Alex, by the way. It's very kind. I think it's stage 1. It could be stage 0. Because it's not. Budding time crystal block. Budding time crystal block. So that's correct. Allow list, strong signal, pulse. Open the settings on the swapper there. So it is pulse. It's the correct area. Target blocks, no entities. Allow list on the other sensors. Well, the other sensors shouldn't matter yet. I'll remove the allow list from the swapper. There's no allow list on the swapper. That is a deny list. Okay. Oh, that's fair. That actually makes sense. Make sure that's the same on this one here. Deny list. Yeah. Target blocks 20. Okay. I think everything there's right. So this one is linked to the nether. Now set it to high and then back to pulse. Okay. Does that kick it off? Give me a second here. I need to make sure all of this is force loaded. So no matter what, it'll force load here. Check if the nether is working too. Back to the nether. Oh, there it goes. Why did it? I think it works. Oh no. Why is it not? Why won't it swap the energy stuff? Probably something wrong on the nether configuration. Okay, well, let's go look at the nether configuration then. Nether. So everything works while I'm here, minus the fact that it's not taking... So it's got no deny list. That's correct. Strong signal. Everything is working while I'm here, by the way. Like, literally all of it. Wireless out of range. I thought I had the big boy card on there. It's a JDT bug. Allow list on the sensor. Well, I'm going to have to set an allow list on here, on the sensor. Because it's moving literally everything else. Oh no, everything's chunk loaded. And it's in that chunk. No, just set it to allow its deny now. Oh. Okay, well that checks out. So that's on the sensor. Set it to allow list, allow this. What next, Horton? What else is wrong? Because now it's stopped here. I assume we're waiting for it to turn into its thing, but it's going to take forever because it doesn't have the power, right? Now change the swapper to low mode just to kick it off and then back to pulse. Okay, low. And then back to pulse. If it's pulse, it doesn't, because these aren't changing to stage 2, which would be the orange one, because they're not being sped up at all. What am I getting hit by? So annoying. Pulse, well, it's not in the nether. Change faster. Okay, I get why to keep it pulse. That part makes sense to me. Why this stuff is not moving the power stuff, I think, is the only inconvenient part. They are stage 3. That's fair. So they need to be in the overworld right now. So they just shouldn't be here at all. So why are they still being brought here? Is it... Powers don't allow block entities. I think no cables. That's unfortunate. So how do I get power to these guys then? Do I just need to go back to the other growth accelerators and use crystal resonance generators? But it just dire things, energy transmitter with a plug work better than cables. Oh, just transmit energy while they're here? That's actually not a bad idea at all. Stage 3 needs to be in the end. Exactly. I know, but I don't know why they're not like waiting. So does that mean something in the end is messed up? Put a button on the middle swapper to activate it then? This is the wrong end. End time is the one I want. That likely means that's a deny list. That's a deny list. This needs to be an allow list. Okay. But now we go back to the nether. So it's only going to allow the right things back through. So is it because this one's not an allow list? It is an allow list. So it only does it with stage 1. No, it's on the nether. Switch it to pulse when it's not in the nether. Very fast. Okay. All right, we can do that. Check the link. Check the link. What link? What I'm going to start with, though, is I think there was a very good suggestion on the energy transmitters. In energy transmitters, but I'm going to need that from here. Energy. these guys, because I can set these up in each of the areas with what I already have there, and then just allow those things to have power no matter what. I need 2 more of these. There we go. And then I can just get rid of these cables here. Not have to worry about them. And I get 2 of my flux points back. The link, yeah, no, the swappers are all linked. It's going to all the correct places. It's just not stopping at the right times. Put that on top. And then I don't remember exactly what all needs power. What I do remember though is that it is all not that way, it's this ways. All over there, and I think it's back a couple too. Somewhere in there. I'll figure it out with the one that's in the nether right now because it's actually stopped there. Then we'll set that up. So for here, put that on top. Energy transmitter, render area. Come down to... I don't think it has to be any taller. 1 block's fine. 2 blocks wide is perfect. Move it to there. And then that. And then I should just have to... Yeah. Okay, so I need it actually a little bit more. So 1.5, and then move it 1 more. That looks perfect to me. So now I just need these things to actually swap. So you're saying... Dude, I gotta get back to pulse quick. So it was swapped to pulse while it wasn't here. Yo, what's up? How's it going? Well, you contributed. Yeah, Cryptex, that was a fantastic suggestion. I love it. They're all set to pulse. Dare I say it, I think that's right. Okay. Okay, then something is sending it back. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I think it's being sent from the overworld back to here for no reason. Like, the rest of the swappers are just swapping anything. Like this one, it is an allow list. It is stage 3. There's nothing there. We're going to put this back on top. And then eventually I'm going to copy the settings. Let's go back to the nether real quick and copy the settings from here. The inside, the end, send to nether. So the nether should go to the end, right? Which is what this one does. Bound to the over, what? Bound to the end. So this one is getting the signal to send it to the end. This one is receiving it just fine. For some reason, this guy is not... Well, I know why. It's because the crystals are at the wrong stage. The end should send to overworld. Oh. This one's bound... Yeah, that's right. So it's receiving it from the overworld and sending it to the end. And then the end receives it from the nether and sends it back to the overworld. Set the sensor to emit a weak signal. Got it. Set back to pulse. I legit have absolutely no clue what I'm doing wrong here. Right? Like I feel like everything's set up correctly. Check the inside. I'm more than happy to. End time. All right. Here's what we got on the inside. We are... This is going to be the one sending it. This is the one receiving it. No, that's sending it. We're sending it to the nether. We're just sending it back to the nether? Something's wrong here. And then... Because this should be overworld. That, I think that's our problem, is it's just swapping it back and forth, because this just sends it back to the nether when it should be sending it to the overworld from here. I think these two were just configured wrong, but I think I can fix that really easily. If I use a cardboard box, it keeps all settings, right? I don't have home. Cardboard box. And then we go back to end time. I think that's correct. That's all we're going to do. Yeah, we're going to just switch the swapper to the other side. And hope it keeps all the settings. If it doesn't, it's not the end of the world. I'm not gonna lose any sleep over it, but so that should be it, with the exception of I need to render the area and then move it. Okay. I think we're gonna have it work now. That makes so much more sense for why it was doing that. Okay, let's go back to the end. So it's not here right now. It would be convenient if it was, because I need to set up power to this guy. There it goes. I think it needs to be that for 2 blocks wide. Yeah. Go 1 just in case. And then yeah, I think it's somewhere right in there, but I don't know for sure. And it should be that height too. Kill the wither. Get dimensional already. I have it. I don't know why it's not already installed. I thought I had dimensional on here. Infinity range booster. We're just gonna literally take that out. We're gonna make the dimensional one. I knew I had made the auto craft for it. I just never actually built it. So let's throw that in there. Okay. So energy then we know needs to go that way, and then can actually be made a lot smaller. There. Why is it here right now though? Is the sensor not under area? That's right, that's fine. Is it gonna wait till all of them are broken and then send them back? Okay. And then gets them all back clean. Okay, and then just double check we're just breaking. Okay. Hold up, is it working? Almost need signs on each swapper that says where it's going or where it's getting it from. Honestly, I really should. Put it max size, there's no downside. I mean, you're right. Okay, so it's gonna switch each time any of them change, isn't it? And because any of them still have the right one, probably not ideal. Probably. That's doing a lot of unnecessary swapping, I feel like. Am I wrong? You could set it to be 3 instead of 0, so they all get synced, but TBH, it's not that necessary. But it should have stayed at the end at that point. Why is it not? It's not because it has one of the 3 tier to send it back here. So the problem is currently it has none of the 1. But as soon as one of the 3 green ones dies, it'll have one and it'll send it off. Like, that'll send it. And because it always has one of these orange ones on it, it also always sends it to the end. 1 time budding is more than enough. Honestly, you're right. It's fine. It works. It functions, right? It's just probably less than ideal. Let's turn off that. Probably also turn off that. Time crystals are going to be in here. Got a whole bunch of them. We're going to put them up here. A spot. That's odd that it didn't go in exactly where I told it to. All right, but that should be fully automated now, and I shouldn't ever have to worry, touch it, or think about it again. Sensors have a counter feature. The default is configured to send as soon as it detects 1 time budding block. could set it to 4. Hold up, are you serious? So I could set it to wait for all of these. So the sensor. So 4. So it's going to wait for all of them to be dead. Well, I can't do that here. What I should do is, while it's here, do it on the ones that aren't here. So it's going to sense 1 now and send it. It's not. Hold up, I can do it now. 4, give me a second. I gotta go to the other places and set those before it's here. Sensor 3, 4. End time. Is it 3? 4, 4. Okay, it's greater than. Hey, that's okay.
Geore
Honestly,
says, it's
that's
greater
perfect.
than.
Why is it not getting
4 would
energy?
require 5 blocks.
Why is this not getting any energy? Is this thing just not sending it? What the heck is going on there? Oh, hold up. That's not what I want. Is it out? No, it's still in the chunk. That's odd. Okay. Turn both those off again. Anyways, I want to sense 3. We're going to head back to the nether. Try replacing the cable. I will. Sense 3. Head back to the end. Keep going to the wrong end every time. Break this guy. That's going to take 8 years. That. Replace it. Okay, it's full. Okay,
Kelvin
all right.
Piano says, try turn on bypass limit in flux point.
I did try that. It didn't. Maybe I didn't try that one. I did try to do the power surge option or whatever. So this should be, I think I've got 3 set for all of the other ones. So I could also go in here and set this 1, 2, 3, and then it should go. And now they're all going to come back always totally full, and it's going to wait to send them until all of them are broken. That's such a better way to do this. Now, the only thing I should do is get a lever. Because I don't know why I came over here for a lever. I have my wireless terminal. I have it. I'm not using it, but I have it. We're going to take a lever, and we're going to put it on top of this one right here. And then we're going to set this one. Can it be...
KRYPTX Plays says, remove cables and let the energy transmitter do all the work if you can cover the whole area.
That's not a bad idea, and then it would do all of these too. It's fine the way it is, and it's not going to add any extra issues. Is there a way where I could tell the sensor itself to be redstone activated? So that I could just actually turn off the sensor if I wanted to. Lever on the sender swapper will stop it from working too, since it's on pulse mode. So if I put this on here, and then just leave it off. Or on. I want to leave it on. Send it back. Do I leave it on or off? Reactivating will be a pain. So in that case, we're just going to turn this off, and we're going to let it build up everything. Assuming I didn't just break it. Is this the one that's got render area on? And then that one does too? I might have just broken it. Let's go look at the nether one real quick. I think that's the one where it's stuck, right? No, it's not here. Go check end time. Here it is. Oh, we're also not getting... This is so not correct. Bring that back to here. Make it bigger. Then also make it smaller. Then move it over. That's correct. Okay. Oh, you set the breaker on the redstone mode to use a lever to prevent it from doing anything? Set the breaker. Oh, that's true, because if it never breaks it, but it'll still grow, won't it? Will it just grow until they're totally full and then the boosted growth accelerators won't do anything more? Is that... Comes to the overworld.
Alex Best says, this is why we can't have nice things.
What do you mean this is why we can't have nice things? I feel like we're actually setting something up correctly. So that should continue to go all the way until it's all the way back here. And then I can set the lever on the block breaker. And I'm gonna wait for it to all leave, and then we're gonna turn the block breaker off. So it should stop breaking them, right? And if this one happens to break, then it will send and do a whole nother rotation. Which it probably will. But theoretically, as long as it grows till it's full, right? It should only decay if there's space for it to grow. I agree. So this one's going to be my test. Because this one's got full clusters. So the other ones might decay, but this one shouldn't decay. Breaker to higher load mode, not pulse. It seems like we're correct so far. All right, we finally got fully automated time crystals. I feel like that took a lot more time than I was expecting it to, but you're right, Torts, and it does turn off. And then if I do this, it'll start breaking them all again. Can I make this faster? I feel like the breaking being instant is actually a really good thing. Now we have a very elegant way to keep this thing turned on or off, depending on whether we need time crystals or don't. So that's awesome. Love that. How many time crystals we got? 200. That's pretty good. We're gonna need some time fluid. We're gonna need some time wands, etc. All of that stuff, and then we can build the extra things for the Just Our Things armor. But I think we're gonna do the Just Our Things armor next time. That took a lot longer than I was expecting, and I need to get dinner, and I want to go hang out with the fam. Thank you guys all so very much for watching. Again, to all you guys who donated money or gifted memberships or all of that, I appreciate you guys so much. You guys totally made my night, and I appreciate it. Like, this such a high degree. But I'm going to call it there. Thank you guys, and I hope you guys have a beautiful, wonderful rest of your night, and I will most likely see you all again tomorrow. Sound good? Bye, y'all. Thank you, guys. Bye.